Hey guys, welcome to our lunar eclipse healing. Hello, welcome. I'm so happy to be here. Obviously a last minute decision, but those are always the best. Yay! Let me know when you're here. Hi Estha, welcome. How am I sounding and everything? Everything good? Seeing, hearing, all that jazz. Really excited about today. So this is kind of a nice little segue into the upcoming Amor Galore boot camp that we're going to do. But I know I'm so happy to see you too. Hi, Julie. Thrilled you're around. I know you've been quiet, Julie. Hi, guys. I'm all excited. So I was reading astroshaman.com about the eclipses, and it's all about relationships, clearing out and everything. So as you know, there have been a lot of relationship shifts in my life the last few months. So it's been really interesting to read about that, and I'm really feeling like this will be great. So we can do, obviously we're doing a general, we're doing a whatever you need to release is great. But especially if you want to release any relationship stuff will be great, which will be a good segue into the Amor Galore Radical Love Bootcamp that we're going to do. I'm not sure if we're going to start in July or August, so stay tuned for all the details, but I'm loving it. And we've got Venus retrograde right now. So I feel like there's all this energy to just support us in, which ties back into what I've been talking about all year, this whole infinite possibilities, the open possibilities, the energy is all there to create what we want to create. So what are we waiting for? Right? Chop, chop. So anyway, you guys, welcome. Hi, I'm Jill Hoyrup if you're new, and I'm a former overthinker turned psychic. So I am a psychic healer helping you like not only tap into your energetic patterns and blocks that are what's really causing the problems in your reality, but I love to help you on your soul path and your soul journey and help you tap into your intuition, your inner guidance, and start using that in your own life. So I actually, after many years on the spiritual path and finally really tapping into my intuition, I used my intuition to move from the US down to Belize, Central America, south of Mexico. And I moved and I lived there for 5 years because my intuition and my guides were like, you belong there, you go live there. So not everybody wants to do that. But the point is my whole life opened up by doing that, by trusting my intuition and taking that leap. And I want you to be able to take those same leaps in your life if that's something that you want to do, meaning use that intuition and that inner guidance in your daily living, right? Why not? You have the answers within. Let's pull them out and use them. Okay, I'm hot, you guys. Sorry. So anyway, I know, Kelly. Hi. Maybe we'll get to meet in person now that I'm here. All right. So we are going to use our favorite friends today, our clear quartz, to guide. We're going to be using this to guide everything that we want to release out of us, okay? We're going to be using our most beautiful, huge amethyst rock here. And that is to support us with our spiritual path and our healing. And then, of course, my best friend, black tourmaline, next to fleece. Oh, sorry. I wish I had my fleece robe right here. Can we do a live one time where I get to wear my fleece robe? Oh, I would love that. So black tourmaline for helping release the negative. I'm hearing they wanted me to say dissipating, the negative and the negative energy. And also this is a really good grounding stone. So, we've been using these two together when we do our grounding. So I'm really excited. So let's tap in here for a minute. Well, first, let me do another little check-in to see how are you doing? How has this week been for you? I've been a little bit all over the map and not really I honestly haven't known what was going on in the world for a couple days because I have not been on Facebook, which is where I get my news. So, it's really making a difference for me energetically to tip. This is a little tip to manage my Facebook differently, meaning I go into groups that I'm using for networking. I go into my personal groups for my business and my page here, and that's really all I'm doing. So I'm not seeing a news feed. I'm not getting all caught up in that collective energy. And I'm really even more convinced now we need to do the energetic management live. So that'll be coming up. But and by the way, sorry we didn't get to a Wednesday show, but it's starting next week. So buckle up. I have a whole list of things we're going to do. So I just want to kind of hear how you've been navigating. We've been doing little check-ins along the way. So I'm just curious. And as usual, do some hydration as we go. It's a little commercial break for you. Julie's been getting out in nature this past week, which has helped. Yes, that's so good. Me too. I love I take a little walk around the pond. I will do a live. I think I can do a live from there. I don't know for sure. Julie's son's 15th birthday was the day the rioting started here in Minneapolis. And last Thursday was 3 years since my dad's suicide. So yeah, you've been dealing with a lot of that. So Julie, how would it feel to you to just take that right now and just release all of that energy for you? Now, it doesn't mean that the death wasn't important for your dad. It doesn't mean any of that, but the energy that you're carrying, the energetic pattern that you're carrying through, how would it feel to release that? So I know I'm already kind of feeling like I'm scared. So kind of tap into that and ask yourself, what could it feel like to not feel this way? So let me know. All right, Esther says everything's going good except for having to deal with some nosy, irritating relatives. I love it. I can relate. That is funny. Actually, I can't really relate, but I'm just still laughing because I can feel you. That's how I relate. That is funny. Callie's saying that she just hiked 3 miles in the woods with some of my friends and hugged a tree again. I love it. I have a really great tree outside here that I need to go hug. It's calling to me. And we have owls out there. We have owls in a little owl house. They were out there hoo-hooing to everybody. It was really neat. Julie says, I'm so ready to release the overwhelming energy, so ready to let go of the things I can't control. Yes. So I just want to, since you brought up your dad, I just want to kind of do a little plug for anybody. I want to throw this in here for today. Anybody dealing with grief, and I'll do a separate grief healing, which I did about 2 years ago, and it was just so powerful because the one thing about grief, sorry, I'm going off the rails, I always do, is that there's a difference between still loving and missing the person versus holding all that grief and all that pain that goes with it. So if you have any of that grief that you want to throw in today, I highly recommend it, because what happens is, like with any healing clearing, you are going to then be releasing what you've been holding on so tightly to, right? Stephanie's here. Hi. Oh, good. I'm so glad you're here. So, okay, I don't want to get into all that because it's really for the grief healing, but I just feel really strongly I needed to say something. So even if you're holding on to grief for like the recent world events and all of that, I want you to just consider like releasing it. So a lot of us are empaths, right? And healers and psychics. And so we're extra sensitive. We've got that extra sensitivity for all of this. And so I just want you to be able to release it while still like being aware and getting the information and navigating your life through it, but not being like heavy and bogged down with it. Okay. So, oh, good. Julie's saying it's really relevant right now. Yeah. Okay, good. So Julie, yeah, I'm saying that for a reason, because I wouldn't normally start talking about grief, but the other thing too is when I was reading the Astro Shaman or no, actually, it was Karen Parker from Human Design. She sent an email out about the eclipses, and just being open to releasing. I cannot say it as well as she did, but I'll say it my own way. There's this, no, Julie, yeah, I understand that, being a Debbie Downer. But you're here now to release it all, so that's really good. So what I can tell you about releasing is that it can shift us. The whole reason we release, and I'm not talking about, like, I'll use the friendship stuff as an example. Like, it's not about like, oh, the ending, you know, of the relationships and I'm getting rid of all those friendship energies. Yes, that's part of it. But part of it is the release of holding on to beliefs, holding on to attitudes, holding on to ways of thinking, holding on to ways of living. Like, you all know, I'm in complete upside down world right now with, you know, surprisingly not a care in the world. But like, my parents wanted to do stuff today, and they started the puzzle without me. We've been puzzling, and it's been a nice way to have like quality time without, you know, a lot of talking or interaction or whatever. And it's fun, and I love games and puzzles. Okay, so they are out there. So I always barge out of my room. I'm like, stop what you're doing, put down those pieces. And so they're like, well, you're come do it with us. And I'm like, I'm working. Like, I'm working. So it's funny. I mean, I had a point. What was my point? Oh, just that they were like, well, why don't you retire and you can, you know, do what we do. So it was just cute. But there's this whole upside down factor in life for a lot of us right now. And then there's this whole, like, for me at least, the way I'm pulling it in and thinking about it and feeling it is like this whole exciting time of possibilities, again, with the infinite possibilities. And if you haven't read Mike Dooley's book, get it and read it. Infinite Possibilities. I love that book. So I want you to start tapping in and pulling in. Actually, we're going to do that at the end. Yay, we're doing it at the end. Okay, we're going to pull in these possibility energies, okay, at the end. Because some of you are resisting this release, because to you, I want you to look at, if it feels like you, I want you to look at, please, I'm getting all bossy, look at what holding on to it means to you. What are you getting out of it, okay? What does it signify? What do you think is going to happen if you release it? You can always get it back. You can always unrelease it. I mean, you can always not heal it. That's an option too. So, I mean, that's happened during healings I've cleared all this stuff, and then the person's like, they're still back in it, because we get used to what that energy feels like, and we get used to what it feels like and what our life is like with it. So just be open to maybe what it would feel like to not have it be that big of a burden for you. And it doesn't even have to be a big burden. It can be the smallest of things, right? It can be the smallest of things that you're still holding on to that really are not playing a part in your life anymore. They're just there because they've always been there. So think about it differently. Okay. Bobby's saying she's doing an Epsom salt soak, and I popped up on the phone. Hey! So this is perfect for you, Bobby. You're already doing your Epsom soak. You're soaking to release the toxic buildup of this last week's violence and sad events. Yes, hugs to you. If you're not still here, then enjoy your Epsom. Okay, awesome, you guys. So let's all take a hydration commercial break. And yes. Was I just on an energetic soapbox? I was on a roll, you guys. Okay, I love it when that happens. All right. So now that I've kind of warmed you up for new ways of thinking about it, right? So let's go ahead and let's just start tapping in. So what we want to tap into, and we're not dwelling, we're just noticing, is, you know, if anything is jumping out. Obviously, we have some things from the past week that we might need to release the feelings that we've had around it, okay? The other thing is, we're going to be pulling out, releasing, allowing to release things known and unknown. So you don't have to have something in your conscious awareness of, you know, oh, what do I have to release, and start naming all this stuff. That's not what this is about. The intention itself is what can start the release, okay? So the minute you saw the post for this, you were already starting to release because you knew you wanted to come. Does that make sense? So there's an intention of energy that's happening beforehand, okay? So just tap in for a minute and let's do a little bit of breathing so that I can calm down, and let's connect to ourselves and to each other. In through the nose and out through the mouth. So again, known and unknown. Like, for example, I'm still struggling with, well, I'm not saying struggling. I'm still thinking about one of these friendships that ended, well, both of them really. And, you know, it's a big impact to lose, like I lost two, quote, best friends in the last few months by my choice, ending the friendship. But there's still, that's a lot when you talk to somebody almost every day. Like that's a lot of years of connection and whatnot. So there's a healing, there's a healing process with that. So, and of course it's like revisiting, oh, what I should have said or what I could have said, or I didn't go about that the right way at all, et cetera, et cetera. So I want to release that, for example. So I know about that thing. But the things I may not know about are like, what are my next steps in life? You know, I'm back in the USA now. What am I doing? Where am I going to live, you know, longer term? Where do I want to be? Like, and I don't care about that right now. I don't need to care about that right now because there's an energetic flow. I don't know if you're feeling it. There's an energetic flow right now as these events unfold in the bigger picture of the world, right? Talking about the virus that I don't ever talk about. So I want to lean into that. So I want to be, this will be at the end, but we'll be pulling in again that possibility energy of leaning into things. Just so you know, I'm not seeing any comments coming in. So hopefully I'm still on. Let me know. So tune into the known and unknown, okay? And just give it a notice if you know it. It's like I'm tuning into those friends and I'm like, anything else that needs to be released about them, please let's get another clean slate going. Because as you think about things, you bring it up again, right? As you revisit, as you think about it, you reconnect to it. So this is great timing for me to kind of let it go again. All right, so for the unknown things, just be open to releasing. Oh, good, you're still here. Thank you. Video's gone. Is anybody else having black screen? Estha, I would say to reload the page. I mean, I don't see a black screen on my end. So it could be on your end, but somebody else let me know if there's black screen, which I'm not going to know what to do for that. Is anyone else having black screen? So for things like thoughts, attitudes, behaviors, okay, good. Julie can see me and hear me. So Estha, go back out and come back in because you don't want to miss any of this. Just kidding. So for things like thoughts, attitudes, beliefs, and all of that, if you know of what a belief is that you want to get rid of, or an attitude or a thought or like a habit even, then go ahead and tap into that and notice it and, you know, consciously be aware of releasing it. But if you don't, then your kind of blanket statement that we're doing here is just anything that is old, stagnant, unuseful energy, which I'm going to incorporate, you know, beliefs, attitudes, thoughts, feelings, habits, known and unknown, right, into that. And then anything that isn't resonating with you or in your best and highest good anymore. We are constantly growing and changing. So we may not even really realize what isn't best anymore. So just consider that and be open, okay? Okay, good. Reloaded. Awesome. Okay, so let's get started. And so we're going to go ahead and guide everything out with our beautiful crystal clear quartz with our little point on the end, see, so you can navigate things. So go ahead and take a couple deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And I've been talking for so long that it's already started releasing, so we're just halfway there already. So anything known and unknown, we're going to go ahead and do across this timeline, any other timeline, dimension, universe, or just any part of us that exists on any other plane. You guys, we're going big. We're going big and bold, and we're just allowing that to release, okay? So when you do a release, don't be scared. So what will happen is you're going to then create something new in its place potentially, or just leave it. So a lot of times when you do a release, you can leave it and just get settled into that void of the energy, right? Don't worry, we're not going to leave you in a void. We're going to add some energy at the end to take its place. But I don't know, I feel like a lot of this, like I feel movement, I feel it moving like back and forth and up and down. So allow that movement of what the new is that could come to you. And we'll talk more about that when we pull in the possibilities at the end. Okay, getting ahead of myself. All right, so a couple deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. So a couple questions to ask yourselves. How good will it feel to have this released? Guys, I'm getting, hold on. Sorry, it's gonna keep ringing, hold on. Keep going. Okay, sorry about that, an alarm. How good is it gonna feel to have this released? What will it feel like? How good will it feel? What, and these are kind of rhetorical, but we're asking the question to shift your energy, okay? So, you know, what else could take its place? What exciting things could take its place? If I wasn't holding on to all this grief, if I wasn't holding on to all of these old experiences and hardships or, you know, whatever from the past, what could that feel like? So you just want to tap into a little bit. When you ask that, for me, I feel like another release. Is anybody feeling that? There's like another release that comes from asking these questions. Very nice. And I did that because a few of you were still stuck there, so now you've shifted. Good job. Okay. So how does everybody feel? They're telling me we're done. So how are you feeling now? So that's not just, so what I'm sensing is the bulk of everything is released, and there may be some more, I almost feel like now that like the floodgates have been opened, there could be some more things releasing for you, but what I'm seeing is it's trickling out on its own as you discover certain things, as this feeling lighter. So just know that this, I'm hearing, can go on for another 2 days, just nothing majored, but just more releasing, okay? Kelly's feeling more peaceful. Julie says, I'm wiping a static sheet between each of my new patio blinds I just put up, and I feel like I'm discarding everything negative on the ground so repeatedly. I love that. That's funny that you even mentioned that, because I cleaned my blinds the other day. Wavelength. Okay. So let's just sit with that for a minute here and just let it settle. So again, you're just being open, right? You're just being open. Let's see, where are we going next? After our commercial break of hydrating, is everybody hydrating? So let me just tap in here for a minute. Sorry, my jar lid is so loud. So let's see what's going to happen next. All right, so we are going to now use our black tourmaline and our amethyst together, and let's see. We're going to do a grounding with this. So remember how we weave, how it weaves together and it comes down the top of our head? So let's do that. Let's imagine that happening now, or however you see it is perfect for you. So we've got this weave of amethyst and black tourmaline coming down through the top of our head and just sinking into our body and fanning out, going down our arms. Ooh, we're doing outer fingertips today. So it's coming out our fingertips and heading down into the earth, heading down our torso, our hips. Somebody needs hip health. I'm seeing hips. So you're getting some extra oomph in your hip joints there, you guys. And so I'd love to know who this is that needs hip. Do a hashtag replay. Tag me if you can and say hips. If you're on the replay, because I don't feel like it's somebody here right now, but I could be wrong. Okay, down the legs. And I'm really getting a sense of sturdy legs, so that's good. And out the bottom of the feet. And we're not going out the tailbone today for some reason. So out the bottom of the feet, down into the earth's core. So we now have 10 little strands of finger energy, black tourmaline and amethyst coming out our fingertips and into the earth's core. And now we have 2 larger strands of the energy coming down out the bottom of our feet and down into the earth's core. And however you see the earth's core is perfect for you. I always see we're going straight through it to the other side of wherever we're standing. And we're doing it fast because obviously the earth's core is huge and we'd be here for like a long time. So we're zipping through. And on the other end, I always see a kettlebell weight with a little loop. It's huge though. It's like a rock on the earth's core. And we anchor that energy to something. So it can be a tree, it can be a rock, it can be a kettlebell like I see, it can be whatever, a hook, something, but you're connecting it. It could be nothing and you're connecting it. Doesn't matter what you see, perfect for you, whatever you see. When it's hooked, when it's tied, when it's anchored, this energy, start pulling, follow the energy line back up. And while you're going, you're pulling that earth energy with you. So this is the grounding energy coming with you. And you might be seeing the lava and red rock or brown rock or trees or bushes or whatever you're seeing. Maybe there's people down there, I don't know. So whatever you see is perfect, and just pull that energy up. And when you get to the edge of the earth, you're coming back up through the bottom of your feet and you're zipping to wherever your fingertips are and you're going back up into your fingertips, and that energy is now coming back up through your body and then out the top of your head. A couple deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Anshu's here. Good morning. Yay. I'm so glad too, Julie. I mean, I've seen you obviously, but I knew you were doing your thing. So I'm glad you're back here today too. So you guys stay tuned because I'm always waiting till I'm ready, but I'm not ready yet, but we're still going to launch the new group today. Okay, I'm going to do that. It's happening whether I'm ready or not. So it's called Soul Style, Vibrant Living from the Inside Out, right? How do you like it? So let me know how you like it, but I'll do a separate post with the link and all that stuff, or you can go find it now. It's live and whatnot. So yeah, how's everybody feeling? Whew. Couple deep breaths. I don't really know what I'm feeling yet. I'm feeling I'm back on the sturdy legs. There was a really interesting, very sturdy feeling with legs. I don't know if anybody else found that, felt that, found it. I'm just going to breathe a little bit to center back. I'm really feeling kind of both, two things. I'm feeling this congruent, like sturdy centeredness, and then I'm feeling like this flailing openness. Is anybody feeling that? So it's feeling real. It's like almost the opposite, but it seems to work together. It's weird. It doesn't feel weird. It feels like it's supposed to feel this way, but I don't know. I'm curious if you guys feel any of that. So you guys hold that thought. I'll be right back. I just really, really felt like we need to work with the Herkimer diamond today. So I had to grab it. Sorry, I wasn't prepared. Yay, Anshu just happened to wake up and find me live. I know. Well, it's way too early still for you, isn't it, Anshu? Or is it like 6 o'clock now? I was thinking it would be like 3 o'clock in the morning, but maybe it wasn't that early. Yay, a little good morning. Welcome, wake up to you. Julie wants in the new group. Yeah, I'm feeling electric. My strands felt like lightning bolts today. Here, let me make a quick little banner for us. Hold on a second. So I guess I'll take a minute. So I want to talk about this for a minute because it came to me. I love my guides. So it came to me like a week and a half ago or something. And I was sitting here because, this new group has been on the horizon for a long time. By the way, we're still doing the possibility activation. So hold on, commercial break. This is a commercial break. So as you know, everything I do is like with intuition, and things change because my energy changes, the energy I'm tapping into changes. We're all shifting and growing. So anyway, we've needed a new group for a while, and so now here it is. But what was interesting is I was trying to do like soul roar or something. I know roar's like part of it, but not really. So I really feel like we can get to a place where we are really like finding, awakening, magnifying our roar. I feel like that's a big part of my message. But what I started realizing is like, I don't talk about lifestyle. Like I'm always talking about soul style, right? So that's what the new group is. It's all about soul style, like literally living from the inside out, right? And so that you can search and find the group using this. And I'll put the link in another post after I'm done here, but I don't know, it just felt good. So what we're going to do in this group is, of course, intuition and inner guidance, including, spirit guides, angel stuff, archangel stuff, guardian angel stuff. And I just downloaded something, another astrologer I like to follow, Mark Dodich, did a thing on 7 rays. And so I'm like, what's this? And I'd forgotten because I've had readings from him and he's talked about them. But so I want to learn about that. So anything we want to learn about, right? Maybe mediumship a little bit. I'm not like a pro medium, but we can work with it and whatnot. And a lot of practicing, you guys. And what I want for this community is I really want it to be a place where you come with your questions and you come with your experiences of what's happening with you. And, there's a process, that's the wrong word. There are like steps in the soul journey, right? In the spiritual journey, in the waking up, right? And all of that. So I want to talk about that. And I feel like we repeat the steps. And they're not as hard, maybe the second, third, fourth, fifth time around, but I've noticed it for myself. And I'm saying that because you can tell when you are shifting and growing because you outgrow relationships and people. So that's the easiest way to tell. But anyway, that's a whole other talk for another time. So I just wanted to announce that surprise. We're announcing it today. But so that's what'll be happening there. So anyway, I'm excited to see you over there. I'm excited for the new energy. There's a lot of just like old dead energy in that old group. And that, to me, that means, you know, people that aren't interested and people that aren't engaging and people that joined the group and never interacted. So this group is for all of us who are actually wanting to interact and, you know, be a part of something together as we navigate. It's all about navigating, you know, our soul style, our new soul style, you know, leaving the old and going into the new. I would actually change that to just progressing from who we were to who we are becoming. How's that instead? Okay. And Anshu says it's 4 a.m. Okay, you are awake because of the full moon energy. I was tossing and turning the last few nights. So yay. Okay, awesome, you guys. So let's go ahead and I really want to play with this. The only reason I think it came into my awareness is because I just did it on a reading before we started this live. But this pulling in the possibility energy, okay? I mean, it's sort of like a reverse zap. But the Herkimer diamond, if you're new to it, is a really great activating stone. And so we're going to play with this a little bit today to just really magnify what we're trying to create. So the intention here is that we are tapping into, so we're just starting right now, you guys. Here it goes. So we're tapping into the possibility energy that's all around us for, say, how we want to create our life, or it would be the energy that you tap into when you're doing a visualization. Okay, so you're seeing it as if it's already happened. You are visualizing it, but you're feeling it. So we're connecting to that energy, both in the energetic world and the physical world, and pulling that in using our Herkimer diamond. Okay, so yay for the new group. I know. All right, so let's start doing that. So whether, again, you know or don't know what it is you want to create, you probably have some idea of what you're wanting to create in your life. So we're not talking about like our zap it up intentions. We're talking about, let me see. Well, I guess I'm kind of going two directions. So in one area, I really want to pull in the new ideas and the possibility energy for anything that we want to create. Okay. And then on the other side, at the same time, in tandem, we're going to, if you have something in mind for what you want to create, maybe it's a high level something, right? I'm trying to think of something I want to create, but the things I'm thinking of don't really fit. Like, I mean, eventually I'm going to figure out where to live, right? Or something like that. But like, that's not, to me, that's not, I'm not really actually going to be doing one on this side over here with the actual intention. I'm going to just, for me, tap into only the possibilities, the possibility one. Because what that's going to do, so you have a choice, you can do, you know, both or one. But what I want to do for me is, and for you, obviously, is the possibility one. So what that means is maybe you're going to start getting some crazy new great ideas of something, or you're just going to have more energy and excitement for something, or just life in general, right? So let me see if I'm missing anything. Yeah, so we're not actually really doing the intention one, they're telling me, but since I already said it, we can just leave it in there. But the majority of this will be pulling in that possibility energy. And it will tie into your intention. So, okay. Hi, Michelle. All right, so let's get going. Take a couple deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. I don't know how you're seeing or feeling it, but I'm literally, it's really weird. It's like an opposite zap. I'm seeing the energy of all of it, really all the possibilities, like floating out there and coming to us. So there's this connection happening with the energy, and it's really soothing. It's actually not like a big firecracker of energy. It's not how I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it more as like a really congruent matching energy. So I am being told, like, be ready to be surprised for things that maybe you've had a fleeting thought of that you blew off because you didn't know how to do it or something. Because I'm just seeing that part explode. I'm seeing that part explode with the possibilities, right? I'm seeing some energy like start lining up in grids. Like, I'm just getting the sense it's lining up. Everything's lining up and getting in order and showing up the way it needs to. And I'm seeing portions of those grids light, like literally lighting up with really bright white light, like a beacon of light. Yeah. So I'm hearing also that this energy is going to help with moving forward the way we want to move in our life. And we don't have to know what that is. Like, I'll go back to me as the example. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that looks like. And I don't have to know, and it doesn't have to matter right now. Like, taking it from a physical perspective, I know I'm going to be here through the summer, because why would anybody leave Seattle when it's summer? Like, you leave after summer, right? So I'm already knowing that I'm going to be here, and I've known that for a while. I knew that when I got here, even though I was kind of freaked out when I got here. What did I just do? But I know that much. So that's all I have to know right now, and that's okay. So start shifting and reframing the way you think things when you feel like you have to know what the next step is. So be okay with no plan. Like, right now, no plan is the best plan, I think, based on what's going on, because I feel like so much is changing so fast with the energy of the world, okay? And our energy and our growth process. So that's one part of it. And then, so for me, the next step after the summer here is wide open. And I feel like as I go through the summer, there will be more unraveling, because I'll be shifting and changing. The world will be shifting and changing. And now I'm pulling in these open possibilities, these infinite possibilities. I'm being open to the infinite possibilities. So does that make sense? Is everybody tracking with me here? All right, so now we're getting a big ray, not one of the 7 rays, I just checked, but a big ray of really bright light. I'm seeing my selenite wand, if I could take this, like zapping it down to us. Okay, so that is, to me, showing me the big, it's like the grand finale. A couple deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. How's everybody feeling? So I just felt a complete calmness after that. How's everybody? Where's everybody at? Yeah, that was interesting. I kind of have to say I expect a little more fireworks, but the way that it all came through actually feels very much the way it was supposed to. Or, you know what I mean? Like, now that it's over. Tell me how you're feeling. Is this feeling peaceful? Yeah. It's time for your hydration commercial break. So just remember a little side note tip, and check with your doctor if you have any issues with drinking water. But we just did a lot of energy work, which, you know, shifts things out and moves everything around. And so our bodies is what, 70, 80% water. So just make sure you replenish and hydrate over the next few days, especially as we integrate. So we will be integrating over 3 days, the next 3 days. So just notice and be gentle with yourself, maybe rest if you need to and whatnot. But that was, it was light, but it was big, if that makes sense. Like, I don't feel the healing release part was heavy, although a lot of you had a lot, but, and a lot of you still are releasing, by the way, over the next 2 days. So, and what I want to say about that is once you kind of open the floodgates, well, I said this earlier, I guess, then you're still allowing. It's almost like the more it releases, the more you can release, because then you get used to how it feels to release. And I'm talking on an energetic level, maybe somewhat mental too, and physical. So just allow for that. If there's more, it's like digging up a layer, and then the next layer can kind of come up and be released. So it's sort of like that. S is feeling calm and peaceful. Bobby's ready to climb out of the bath now, rebirthed. Yay! Julie's, you're driving now. Feeling peaceful. This is not for while you're on the road. Goodness me. Do I need to start doing disclaimers? No driving or operating heavy machinery while doing a delicious healing. Yeah. I don't know. So you guys, you don't ever have to just have one of these. I just want you to know that you can just go Google a picture of Herkimer diamond and print it and just have it, and know, you know, the intention is you're activating it. You don't have to have all these stones, but if you ever wanted to use any of them, then do that. Just go find out what it is and just start playing with it. Print it on the color of paper that it is, right? Like orange for carnelian or something. Anyway, yay, this was so good, you guys. Okay, so just be open and be ready for those new ideas and those new possibilities, the infinite possibilities to come in, and practice going with the flow and not being attached, right? You're just enjoying and going with the flow. That's the other thing. So I really appreciate you all being here. This was super fun. And I'll see you in the new group, and I'll see you Sunday for Zap It Up. I'll see you Wednesday for whatever we do Wednesday, and that's kind of going to be the new thing, okay? Wednesdays and Sundays. So I get to see you twice a week now. All right, guys. You are so welcome, Esther. Thanks for staying up. Thanks for waking up, Anshu. Thank you for everybody who is new, maybe who's been on and not commenting. I love it, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.